Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Over the weekend, Kamala Harris, who is probably the last person on earth that you want handling sensitive issues, which require wisdom and prudence, as well as clear and direct communication, well, she announced on behalf of the entire administration the creation of National Extreme Risk Protection Order Resource Centers. Basically, these are red flag centers to take away guns from people without proper regard to their constitutional rights. And I don't mean the constitutional rights of criminals and other bad people who are a danger to themselves and others, but I mean the constitutional rights of law-abiding Americans who can be unfairly targeted with this scheme. A scheme which is raking in at least $750 million in governmental funding, meaning that we, the taxpayer, are funding the very stripping of our own rights. Our next guest is joining forces with Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie in opposing these red flag centers. Joining us now to discuss is Dr. John Lott, the president of the Crime Prevention Research Center. Dr. Lott, thanks for being here tonight.
It's great to talk to you again, Kara.
Great. So you write with the congressman that red flag laws don't work. Instead, you say many states already have laws on the book to safely, and here's the key word, constitutionally remove guns from the hands of dangerous people. So can you explain that very important distinction for us?
Yeah, sure. I mean, all the states and the federal government already have what are called civil commitment type laws. If you're concerned about somebody being a danger to themselves or others, and we're all concerned about those cases, what you do is you call up the police come out, and if the police believe that there's, quote, a reasonable chance, which is about a 20% probability, that somebody is in fact a danger to themselves or others, they take the individual in for a mental health care evaluation. If the mental health care professionals agree that the person, there's a reasonable chance that the person is in fact a danger to themselves or others, there can be an immediate court hearing. If you can't afford a lawyer, one will be provided, evidence will be examined. And if the judge decides that in fact the person is in danger to themselves or others, what will happen is the judge has a range of options. The judge can say, look, if you go and see a mental health care professionals, we'll have you come back in a week or two and we'll reevaluate the situation. If they think the person is a threat to others, they can do anything from taking away their driver's license so they don't run a car through a parade someplace, or they can take away their guns, or in the most extreme case, they can involuntarily commit the individual. The thing with red flag laws is they kind of strip out all those protections, as you indicate. What happens is that all the judge sees is a written complaint. He doesn't talk to the person who made the complaint. He doesn't talk to the person the complaint is made about. And solely based on that written complaint, he makes a decision whether or not to take away somebody's guns. And then within a month or so, there may be a hearing, but no lawyer is provided for you. I've talked to lawyers involved in these cases, and you're talking about legal costs that are like $10,000 and on up. A lot of people may say, look, the only thing that can happen to me with these red flag laws is they take away my guns. Do I want to have my guns taken away? No, but am I willing to spend $10,000 plus in order to try to fight it? And most people who are involved in this say, no, it's not worth it to me to do that. So they don't have legal representation. But, the thing is, as you indicated, these systems can be abused. I have a good friend of mine, Andy Pollock, who lost his daughter in the Parkland school shooting. He left Florida because of all the memories there and moved all the way across the country to rural Oregon. Well, at the same time he moved in there were a couple people from California who moved in next door, and they hated him politically. They filed an extreme risk protection order. All the judge saw was a piece of paper there, took away Andy's ability to have a gun. And when they finally did have a hearing, the judge didn't even require that Andy had to put on a defense, because the judge says, look, there's no threat here. Why did you even file this extreme risk protection order to begin with?